Article 13 of the Geneva Convention states, prisoners of war must at all times be humanely treated. Prisoners of war must at all times be protected, particularly against acts of violence or intimidation and against insults and public curiosity. Really? Well, curiosity must have killed the cat. Because obviously somebody forgot this fact trying to keep these inhumane acts under wraps, but they got caught in the act with photo trophies, digitally placed on the mantle of their arrogance, their ignorance captured in snapshots, graphic illustrations, and frozen images displaying the chilling reality of intimidation, degradation, and humiliation to allegedly attain information. What was the real motivation behind this? Was it revenge to avenge the death of American soldiers? Was it the stress of being in a war zone thousands of miles away from home? Whatever the case, there is no excuse for the disgrace that took place at Abu Ghraib, a cell block gone wild, as prisoners were captured, bound together like cattle, branded and beaten, piled in a pyramid of nakedness with panties on their face, tap dancing to the tune of barking dogs with a leash around their neck, dressed like puppets with wires dangling from their outstretched arms with sandbags over their head, deprived of sleep, forced to commit simulated sexual acts on each other while their women were raped. All of this at the expense of what? Laughter, a patriotic pat on the back to symbolize a job well done, a false sense of power. This shower of horrific and sadistic tactics, remnant of the way they treated slaves here in America back in the day. And if you need a little clarity, why don't you check out these similarities? A band of thieves came to the motherland, captured the original man, woman, and child, shackled in chambers, put us in the bows of ships and piles, placed us on plantations, branded us, beat us, whipped us, killed us, deprived us of sleep, forced us to breathe systematically, raped our women regularly, and as time went on, lynched our dreams, attacked dog our ambitions, fire-hosed our freedom, camouflaged it in the hypocrisy of democracy to make a mockery out of us because we're so damn forgiving. But I can't forget about the carnival atmosphere that occurred when strange fruit hung from the trees. I can't forget Emmett Till's disfigured face in Jet magazine. I can't forget Fred Hampton's body lying in a pool of blood. Hell, I even think back to when I was in Iraq. This soldier pulled out his 35 millimeter, aiming it at lifeless corpses landing in the sand. He said it gave him an erection. This recollection alone is the reason I have hundreds of pictures in my dome, etched in the photo album of my mind, eternal snapshots that will never be exposed. And they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, if that's true, how many words would go unheard as they uncover and discover more pictures? What would have happened if Jessica was photo-lynched with acts of violence and brutality and perversity? That's why these freaks need to pay for their wicked interrogation techniques, because the world is watching with a focused eye through the lens of equality to see what image America is going to snap through the camera of justice.